how do you understand when you actually need a team and it's not enough to just do everything by yourself? Okay, it's a specific moment, and this is what most agency owners don't get. It's not something that you feel in your gut. In a certain way it is, but most of the time there is a precise way to understand when you start to need a team. How do you understand this? Let's make an example that might relate to you. You get your first 2, 3, 4, 5 clients, okay? You are happy. You're making your first 7K, 10K per month. That's great. And I'm super happy for you actually. But what happens? When you started out, you maybe was running ads and leads were coming in. And as soon as they came in, you were like, yes, money, boom, you call them, right? But now you start closing your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deals. And because business owners, especially local business owners, they're not very good at sales because they create the services. They're good at what they do. They're not good at selling. That's why they are paying you. So what happens? You start running ads for them. You create a funnel, you use go ahead level, whatever, and then realize, oh, I cannot handle them anymore because you have your own advertisement that, because you're very good, is bringing you a ton of leads. And when you're getting leads, you also have to call them, schedule appointment, because maybe only 10-15% of them are booking meetings, are self-booking meetings. So what happens? You need now to not only do the sales for yourself, book meetings for yourself, you also have to book meetings for your customers. And usually the first hire that you do, what is it? It's a media buyer, right? You get your first customers, you get someone else to run advertisement, and this is great. You can get great deals, great people out there. But then here comes the fun part. Now you also have to set the appointments, because sooner or later only two things can happen. The client that you're working with, they will get new leads, new contacts, and if they're smart enough, they will start calling them and set meetings and close sales. Best option. But what usually happens is that the client gets a ton of contacts, never calls them, wait for them to book a meeting by themselves, and then they complain they're getting shitty results and they end up leaving. Unless you're smart enough to propose them, yeah, but no worries, we can handle this. We can do the whole appointment setting for you. You just pay us an extra fee. And that means that you're a great salesman. That means that you're very good at what you do, because the client wanted to go away and now he's paying you more. And that's great. That's exactly what you should be doing. But now what? Now you have to deliver. And here comes the fun part. You have to deliver on appointment setting. So you say, okay, I found people who can do media buying for me. I will just go on Upwork, Facebook, where I found my media buyer. And then you try to get someone to do appointment setting. And bro, there you will realize, when you try to hire your first appointment setter, what is the real jungle. There you will probably have your first realization. If you're smart enough, what you will do is that you will sell them an upgrade where you also do appointment setting for them. And that's great. But now you're getting your 10, 20, 30 leads per day for your own agency. And now you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads coming from each one of your clients. And let's say you have 6 clients. Each one of them is getting 5 leads per day. Let's make an hypothesis. That means 25 leads per client plus your own 10 leads. Those are 35 leads. And it's not hard to call 35 people per day. Not very hard. But after a few days, you will realize, oh fuck, I cannot call them just once because most of them do not pick up. So you will have to call them usually around twice per day for 3-4 days in order to be sure that they pick up. Because most people pick up like the 4th time you call them. And if you call them like twice per day plus twice the next day, the same number of course, same number calling them for like 4 days straight, they will say, okay, maybe this guy has something to tell me, and they will call you back, who will pick up the 5th time that you call them. Now you have not only 35 calls to make every day, you have 35 calls to make today, plus 35 tomorrow, twice per day. So you basically start with 35 calls per day, they become 70, and then the next day there are 70 plus 35 multiplied by 2, so they are 140, and the 3rd day they become 210 calls per day. You see how this escalates quickly? Because you also have to follow up with all the days before. And in meantime, you also probably have to take sales calls for your team. You also have to onboard clients. You also have to manage the team. So here's when you actually understand that you need a team. It's when you see that the operations that are basically quite stupid to do, not stupid, but they require some very concentrated effort to do, and you don't have the time to do, there is when you understand that you need to outsource it. I will make an example that you will probably see right now. So my main issue with content have never been creating content, because I don't have issues being in front of a camera. I even like cinema, so for me it's something that I've always watched, I've always enjoyed. I've never been one of those guys who grab a camera and ask for a camera for Christmas, you know? But I always liked cinema, I always liked everything around that. The only thing that I never liked was putting together the little pieces. I never liked editing. And that was what was really stopping me from creating content, because I'm losing money when I don't create content. And when I edit though, I absolutely hate every moment of that, because I'm not very good at it. I don't like it, I don't enjoy that, but it's something that I need to do. So I end up having content recorded in my photo roll, but that has never been edited. So right now, thanks to my guy David, I'm able to record content and don't worry about the editing. So I'm able to actually record more content because I record with less things to think about. So it happens the same with sales. When you know that every part of the fulfillment and almost every part of your business is outsourced. So I'm talking about you have someone running ads for you. You have a team of appointment setters booking appointments for you, from those who do not self-book, of course. And then you just have to take sales calls and onboard clients. Your life is reduced of things to do. So instead of being there, having to do 3 tasks for yourself and another 5 people with the pressure that if you lose one of those people, you will also lose money. You now have to do just one thing and manage a few people. And you can easily do this with like 2-3 people. So you understand that you need a team when the cost of doing that thing is more than the cost of having someone else to do this and teaching them how to do this, when the cost of teaching someone else how to do something and actually paying them, don't do like the guy Sam Millsap is doing, when the cost of doing something is just money but saves you days. When you start to outsource things, you not only have less things to do in a day, because the 3 tasks that you were doing were multiplied not only for you but also for your clients, who you are afraid to be delusional with, because you know that this will cost you money, because if they leave you don't get paid. You realize that if you outsource those things, you will actually be able to focus on what is your primary task, usually closing and onboarding new people. And you will not only have more time to do this, but the quality of the sales calls, not only the amount, will go higher and higher. So you will not close more deals because you are taking more sales calls, not just a direct growth. It's an exponential growth, because you take more sales calls, so you basically close more, and you also close with a higher rate because you are more present, you don't have worries, and you know that you can deliver. To close this video, I just want to say that I'm sponsored by Lead Setting, that is my agency, and what we do is basically we give appointment setting teams. So you need people to call your leads or your clients' leads. We train people exactly for your agency, and we call leads, we book meetings. So instead of having a 15% booking rate, that is the self-booking rate on average, we give around 60 to 80% booking rate, depending on the industry. So if you want this and you want to pay just based by performance, we do this. You want to pay monthly retainer, we do this. And of course, we guarantee the results. So if we perform worse than your actual team, you don't owe us anything. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, because I would love to meet you. And if you want to talk with me directly and discuss your business, see if we can help, just book a meeting from the link that you find in the description. It's been a pleasure.